Is it too early to talk about moves for the Mariners?
Forget cable, switch to Frontier. The Fios Triple Play brings dedicated 100% fiber optics to your home. Fios TV, 15x5 internet and digital phone for $119.99 per month with 2-year price protection plan on qualifying service. FrontierPacificNW.com.
All right, the season's been fun. We're seeing the young guys play. The Mariners are more interesting than they were last year, hitting better than they were last year. Got their great starter, Felix Hernandez. We've got their farm system kind of straightened out a little bit. We know there are some great pitchers coming, and so we found ourselves today in talking to Jim Bowden, kind of wondering about deadline deals coming up, guys to trade. We found out he's got a philosophy that seems to pretty much mirror the one that the Mariners and Jack Zduriencik have right now.
Yeah, and it's specifically on closers. And Brandon League, who's been very good for this team, and I know people get all out of sorts if he blows a game, but that's what closers do.
He's got 8 saves. He's been terrific.
He's been great. But he's going to be a very valuable, attractive commodity for a contending team come trade deadline, and that's the operative word, contending, which the Mariners aren't. They're everything you said. They're exciting. Right. They're fun. You like watching League come out. They're playing the Slipknot song, and there's energy, and you're very excited. But closers are sort of like running backs. They're not that rare a commodity. So he's going to be valuable to somebody out there, and you're going to be able to get something in return for him. And Bowden's philosophy, he said, as a GM, was rather get rid of a guy a year too early.
A closer, yeah.
A year too early rather than a year too late. And he went through a list of guys that were the Rolaids relief pitchers of the year that he had, and they kept too long. And he also pointed out, listen, when you say closer, it doesn't mean he's Mariano Rivera.
Sure, there's only one.
Yeah, that he's Hoffman, that he's any of these guys. He's been very good, but he's not Rivera. So I think you can, as much as you hate to see the guy go, you like him. He's going to have some value. You're going to be able to potentially get a bat in return for him.
It's interesting in listening to the podcast that we have it on there. I think he had Jeff Shaw. I think he had Jeff Brantley. Were both Rolaids Relief Men of the Year and did trade him early. And, the Mariners have kind of been doing this already. How many guys have we seen, and not just in the Zduriencik time, even going back to Bavezi's time, that they have plugged into a closer spot? They went out and got a veteran, Eddie Guardado. He did good when he struggled. J.J. Putz comes in, saves 40 games. Trade him out there, bring in David Arzma, who's doing nothing basically as part of the bullpen with the Red Sox. He saves 30-plus games. Make the trade tomorrow for League. League was an already good pitcher, but he wasn't a closer in Toronto. Comes here as a shutdown closer. I mean, they've shown the ability to do that. And Mariano Rivera, who we were just talking about, out for the season. Jonathan Papelbon, a disaster in Philadelphia. Washington Nationals, who are in first place, are struggling with their closers. There's actually a market for it this year. It's not just trading for 3 guys who are an A-ball either. I think if you're the Mariners and you're going to make a deadline deal with Brandon League, you're going to look to get a bat that can help you.
Yeah, and League may not be the only option. Vargas is another name that comes up, and because the Mariners are in this unique position of having 3 guys that, by all accounts, could be number 1 guys down in the minor league system. You're pitching rich right now, and you're not contending, which is kind of the perfect storm for them. You got 2 guys there in Vargas and League to maybe a lesser extent. They're going to have some big value. You might be able to get some immediate impact bats in return. I think it's a good position to be in. You hate to see guys leave that are producing for your team, but they're in a good position right now.
It's not like, I think we both agree that this is not like the old days where they're taking 1 guy who can play and trading him for 3 who can't play. Which is they used to do it all the time. This is a case of actually having a couple of expendable assets on the major league level that can actually help them get to where they want to be sooner rather than later.
Could we reverse the roles and do a Heathcliff Slocum type of deal for Brandon League where we get a Veritek and Derek Lowe in return?
I don't even want to say that name, Heathcliff Slocum.
Disaster.
Bad name.